Hey, freedom seekers! Welcome back to Set Yourself Free, the podcast where we share stories, strategies, and mindset shifts to help you break free from the 9 to 5, and most importantly, create a life you're obsessed with. I'm Eugenia, and today we're diving into a story that every ambitious woman needs to hear, especially if you've ever wondered whether it's truly possible to reinvent your life. Because today's guest is something most people only dream about. She was living a stable, comfortable 9 to 5 life in Switzerland, but deep down she knew she wanted more. More freedom, more creativity, more alignment, more life. And instead of ignoring that feeling, like most people do, she followed it. She said yes to an opportunity she didn't fully understand at the time. Yes to learning new skills. Yes to building an online income. Yes to a different path. And that one yes led her all the way to Bali, where she now lives a life of freedom, purpose, and joy. A life she created intentionally, one decision at a time. What I love about her story is that it proves something powerful. When you're brave enough to choose yourself, life can open in many ways you never imagined. So, if you're listening to this from your desk or maybe your commute to work and you've been craving more freedom, more flexibility, and more purpose, this episode is going to expand what you believe is possible for you. So, grab your 9.5 pH glass of water, your notebook, and let's dive in. Let's set yourself free. Today, I'm so excited to welcome a very special guest from my Unfold Your Freedom community. Her name is Corina, and she's a Swiss expat who turned her life completely around by saying yes to the unknown. She went from a stable 9 to 5 in Switzerland to building a life of freedom in Bali. And I cannot wait for you to hear the steps, the fears, the breakthroughs, and the exact moment she decided her life could be more. Hi, Corina. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm really excited. To start, just a little maybe intro who you are, where you're from, and what your life looked like before you came across this business opportunity.
Yes, sure. So yeah, I'm from Switzerland originally. As I said, I'm from Switzerland, and so to explain you a bit about how my life looked before I came across this whole business opportunity. So after school, I made an apprenticeship as a dental assistant, so something completely different.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sometimes funny when I tell this. People are like, "Oh, how did that happen?" But yeah, I just finished my apprenticeship, and to be honest, even at this point, I was still quite young. Like in Switzerland, you usually start with your apprenticeship around 15, 16, so you're really young. So I started working on a young age, and I always felt like I don't know, I didn't felt right. And I thought it's just a job. It's just like this job is not for me. But yeah, I
Yeah.
always had this feeling. Maybe you can relate a bit.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah,
Definitely. I
right.
can relate to that. For me, I just started job hopping. So I
Oh,
think for you,
really?
it was a bit different.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like, I don't know, I just always had this feeling. And then, of course, after the apprenticeship, I was thinking, what should I do? And then I found this opportunity to start working in a travel agency, which is nice. Like it's all about traveling. It's about, you need to know a lot of countries, which is great. So I was like, oh, cool, let's do this. And it was nice, of course, because I think for me it was a good shift, like working in an office, so I can have a bit more of my own structure, like working on the computer. But still, like for me, to explain a bit about me, like I'm a people pleaser still a bit. So I kind of like even in this job, I kind of gave away a lot of energy to
Yeah.
the people I work with or like to the clients. So I always felt drained and I always felt a bit like I cannot really be myself, like I cannot really show who I am. And also, I'm a bit like I'm a quiet person, so I always felt like I had to be different. So this is how I felt before I started the business. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes when it doesn't align, right? What you're doing with like who you really are, but you need to put this face on every single day. It gets
Exactly.
really tough. So thank you for sharing that. And I guess you were doing this like working 9 to 5 in this travel agency in Switzerland.
Mhm.
Um, I totally understand. When was maybe the moment you realized I don't want to do this forever?
Yes, I remember it really well. So it was, yeah, I was working in a travel agency and it was COVID coming. So you can imagine it was crazy in a travel agency.
Yes.
Because it was a bit like, so first of all, we had a lot to do. Like we had to bring people back from different countries and everything was shutting down. And then at one point, nothing was happening, like we had of course, like no work or almost no work.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course we still get paid, but I was just working from home like the first time in my life. And the first time in my life, I actually had time for myself. It sounds so crazy.
Yeah.
I was just at home, I was cooking, I was walking my dog every day. And then I was like, start to think, oh wow, okay. um, let's imagine COVID passes and then I have to go back to the office. And I get this moment of panic, to be honest. Even though I like my job, even though I like my coworkers and everything, it was not about that. I just got this panic inside me, like, oh, this is gonna be my life, like forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really started to think, like, what do I actually want from life? Like, what do I want to do? Um, so yeah, that was really the moment, like during COVID and when I was at home, when I was like, okay, I want to change something. I think that was really the moment for me.
I love that. And thank you so much for sharing because I had never thought of it this way. But for me too, during COVID, I was working at Google at the time, but I went back home to Barcelona because I don't know what was going to happen. I was in London alone. So I just went back home. And yeah, I was spending so much time with my family doing my job, and it felt so different. And yeah, I never thought maybe that was also a little trigger inside of me saying, like, wow, you need to go back to office and do all that again. So thank you for sharing that. One thing I want to ask is because a lot of my listeners feel torn between the stability of a good corporate job and the desire for more freedom. Did you feel that too? Like, what was happening internally for you at that time?
Yes, I definitely feel it to this day. Yeah, I can resonate a lot with that. Like I think probably we are the same. Like I was growing up in Switzerland, so people always talk about stability.
Yeah.
You need to have a good job. You need to make another course, another
Yeah.
whatever. Like you need to study and everything. So this is what everyone does, and this is a bit the society we grew up with. So yeah, as I said, I started to think, okay, I want to change something in my life. And then I came across this business. And then, of course, it was like scary for me to, because at this time I quit my job, like in a travel agency. And I
Okay.
just, yeah, I went to Bali afterwards. And in between, I started a business. So that's a bit
Wow.
exciting.
So many things. Like,
Yes,
how did one thing and happen and bring you to the other one? I would love to know.
exactly. Yes, it was crazy. Like, yeah, I was just, yeah, I was like, okay, I need to change. I need to change something. And then I was like, okay, um, I just because the thing is also I had planned a bigger travel in 2020, but of course this didn't happen because of
Yeah.
COVID. So I was like, okay, I have like this money that I didn't spend on this, so I wanna, I wanna live my life. I'm still young, so I wanna do something. And then of course the idea came up to go abroad for a bit longer. And then I was like, okay, let's just do it. I just quit my job and I didn't really know because I still had to work 3 months. So I was like, okay, I have a bit of time to figure out what I want to do. And funny enough, once I took the scary and brave step to quit my job, like to tell my boss, I think it was maybe 1 month later around when I found this business opportunity.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like when you are brave enough to take the
Yes.
first step, even though I didn't have the plan, like I didn't knew I wanted to start my business at all. But then it just, yeah, it came together, and this is what really amazes me still to this day. Like once you take the step
Yes.
without having a plan, things will just start falling into place. So yeah, it was really scary because everyone's like, "Oh, you quit your job during COVID? That's crazy, Like, what are you gonna do?" And yeah, even now, sometimes, like especially when I'm back in Switzerland, I feel like people, like you get influenced by people, and they're like,
Yes.
"Oh, is it stable and everything?" But I always ask myself, like, what kind of life do I want to live? Do I
Yes.
want to just follow the path everyone here follows, just to have stability, or do I want to live a life that feels good for me? that feels like I using my time good. So
Yeah.
I definitely choose the second thing because I wanna like every day I when I'm in Bali when I have my business, I love every day. You know, every day is cool, even though I don't do crazy things every day. I just love
Yeah.
it. So yeah, I think for me it's always this question, like what do you want? Do you want to just live a life to please others and like stability and everything, or do you want to live a life that feels true for yourself?
I love that. And it's such a good question. I think the listeners should definitely ask themselves that and maybe journal a bit on it because it is an important question. And congratulations, because you were so brave
Thank you.
to quit the 9 to 5 like that. For me, it was a bit different. I needed to get fired to realize like, yeah, there's more out there. But that's why I love that you were so brave, because when we allow ourselves to have that time, that space, like the business opportunity also found me in that moment, right? But sometimes we're so caught up in working hard, then just going on holiday, and we don't even have time to stop and think at all. Like for me, I had never stopped and think. So yes, having that, time, things find you. Like that's the beauty of it. And you need to be open to these things. So
Exactly.
I love that you took that step, really, like really admire that.
Thank you.
Amazing. So my next question would be, of course you went, COVID, you left your
Yeah.
job and then started this business. How was that for you? Like, did you know anything about network marketing or this business model before you started?
No, to be honest, I didn't knew about this business model at all. I mean, I knew a bit about low ticket network marketing,
Okay.
and to be really honest with you, I was not a fan of it. Because the thing is how I saw it. Like I didn't knew much about it, but I just saw from other people, and for me, it was always about like it didn't make sense to just sell like it sounds a bit hard, but like cheap stuff,
Yeah,
like to people.
I
And
understand.
me, like in the like my experience, I don't want to say it's the whole thing, but my experience is often with like low ticket that they kind of want to trick you into something.
Yeah.
They want to sell the products, and all of a sudden you get a whole kit of whatever, and you need to start selling it. This was my experience. So I was like, this is not really for me. But then, of course, when I learned about the like the business module, when I learned about the opportunity, I saw it differently, because I saw there it's something different. Like to be honest, in the beginning, I didn't really saw it as like the classic network marketing, how I knew it. I saw it
Yeah.
in a different way. So I was not, um, how you say, like connecting these two things. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
completely different. And it makes so much sense for me how they run their business and like the whole business module. I remember I watched it and I was like, sign me up. I need it.
I feel you. Like I remember doing the discovery process and I was like, what is this? I need to be part of it. I really remember that moment so well. So when was the moment you realized this was the vehicle? Like you were choosing this? Like what was that moment for you?
Yeah, so for me to explain a bit, I was connecting to Liane, like yeah, through social media. And then for me it all went really quick. Like I was talking to her and I was like, wow, oh my God, there's this girl who's so ambitious. And she was still in the beginning stage of her business. So it was not about her results or anything. I just saw her, I saw her honesty, and I was like, just tell me what you do. And I felt so grateful that suddenly there was someone like helping me getting to understand everything, because before I was googling a lot, and like Google
Yeah.
tells you a lot of things, and I always thought, yeah, you can do it yourself, but that's not really true. Like there are so many opportunities out there, but most of them you cannot really just do it. Of course you can, but then it takes a lot of time and a lot of
Time.
Googling and a lot of whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just so grateful that there's this person who's like, let me show you everything. You can decide if you like it or not. And yeah, just everything around that. So yeah, I just immediately signed up and I just watched the blueprint. And as I said before, I was like, Liane, let's go. Like, I just want to do it, because even when I saw the products that we work with, I remembered, this is what I remember so well. I was watching the blueprint and I thought, forget about the business. I just want the product.
Yeah. No, that makes a difference, right? When it's like both things that you love, honestly.
Exactly. And then for me, even with the business, that also made so much sense about like the income potential and the community. I was just really excited. So I started within 2 weeks, literally.
I really love that you say that because me too. And then when
Really?
there's
Oh,
people just thinking about it for so long, I'm like, what is there to think about for this long? Like,
exactly.
please sign me up. So I do love that you share that because I love speaking to other people who just saw it and were like, yeah, where do I sign? Like, I really want to do this. So thank you for sharing.
Sure.
I want to ask one thing to you because you're
Yeah.
explaining this, and I mean, you've accomplished so much in your business right now. I really like admire so much your journey. But people often think network marketing is just selling products, right? Like, as you said, with low ticket, like that's the vision you have of it. But it's really far from the truth. What does this business actually look like from the inside for you right now in
Yeah. I
skills,
think
systems, support, anything that you're doing right now?
Yeah, I think that's super interesting question because so many people don't see what it actually means. So that's why I think it's super valuable question. So it's definitely not just selling products. To be honest, for me right now, it's just about building something or like have a business that connects me to my people or like let's say help my people. And with my people, I mean like the girls out there who have felt the same how I did, felt stuck or feel stuck right now. And if I think about, I can be the person showing them an opportunity that gives them freedom, that they can just work from their laptop at home or traveling, or that they can live close by the ocean or whatever that means. It makes me so excited. And
Mhm.
even seeing my team right now, helping them or seeing them grow. Like some people, they just grow a lot in their mindset. Some people grow financially at this point, but of course, it all comes together. And I think you can only win with this. Like it doesn't matter if you only think about like let's say selling products or financial part. Like you have so much to learn and so much to grow in this business. And this is how I see it, like
Yeah.
what I think is really cool also when I think about my starting days. So you come into the business and you start with the training, which
Yeah.
is so cool. Like we have a whole platform and you can learn everything from scratch. And next to that, we have a whole community. I'm sure you talked about it a lot on to your listeners too, like about our
Yeah.
lovely community. And I think this is so unique to have like this setup of having a mentor, having a support system, like in terms of community and platform. And then you build something to help even more people.
I
Like
know.
it's crazy.
I know, and it's beautiful. And I love speaking with you about it because sometimes when you speak alone, it's like it seems like not real, honestly,
Yeah,
but it's just like it is beautiful. And also, so many entrepreneurs spend years trying to find different things before
yeah,
landing on something that actually works. Like, I always hear this, like, if you landed on this as the first opportunity, you're so lucky. So I'm always so, so grateful for that because it was my first entrepreneurial journey. So super grateful. Okay, next thing is you have built a beautiful life, not just as we said financially, because it's one part of, but freedom, lifestyle, alignment, joy. Like I see your Instagram and you always like inspire me. And many women listening can't even imagine right now a life outside the 9 to 5. Like, how could that look like? Especially while living abroad, because that was me. I was stuck in my office and I was like, oh, yeah, when I retire, I'm going to go live the life. But I could not imagine it right now. So, what does this business allow you to do that the 9 to 5 never could?
yes. Actually, I can relate a lot to those women who cannot imagine it because I couldn't. Like for real, I always thought, oh, everyone else can do it. Like there are so many people on social
Mm,
media where you see they're living the life, and I thought, okay, cool, but this is not for me. This is what I really thought because I thought I don't have a special talent or whatever. But yeah, once I saw this business and saw that it's not about something specific. It's more about being your authentic self. It just opened a new world for me. And to be honest, this business allowing so much than a 9 to 5 ever could. Like for
yeah.
example, to tell you a bit about like my day or my life, like I just can make my own schedule and I love to wake up early so I can go surf for sunrise. It's the thing that just makes me so happy, like being in the ocean and just having this nice moment in the morning, and then I just start working whenever I feel ready. So I like to have a productive morning, of course, and then I can make my own schedule, which of course in the 9 to 5, yeah, you just have to start when your boss tells
Yeah,
you. And also the fact that I can bring my laptop everywhere, like anywhere, and I can just work there. Like it's so amazing. Of course there are remote jobs, but still you're always tied to a schedule, and I can just make
exactly.
my own schedule, you know? So I think that's something so special for me. It also takes some structure, of course. Like it's not that you can just chill all day and then you're like, yeah, my business will grow itself. That's not the case. But you say like there's so many ambitious women out there who can make this happen. So yeah, I mean the time freedom is a big thing for me. And of course, like to bring my work along wherever I go. I think that's something, even when I think about now, I'm like, how could I make this happen? Like, how is this my life?
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And of course, right, when you're an expat, like you want to have the chance to go back and see your family. Like I know you're now in Switzerland visiting family, so it is beautiful that you can have that flexibility and do the things that really matter for you. But of course, in this business, we've both been here for a while now. And I always like to show the full picture, not just, of course, it has great things and we do need to enjoy those. But it's easy to see the lifestyle, right? You're in Bali, like you have all these amazing things, but forget that this journey also has challenges. What's maybe one challenge or scary moment you faced, and how did you actually move through it?
Yes, I think even for me, it's so important to tell people that there are ups and downs. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like this, like that everything is perfect, even on
Yeah.
social media. It's not the case, like, yeah, I live in Bali, but that's not everything is perfect. And to be honest, I had so many challenges and so many scary moments. Yeah, like one thing that just came to my mind is when I got started. Of course, everything is scary. Like literally, I mean, for me at least, because as I said, I'm a bit more, let's say, shy, quiet person, and I never put myself out there on social media. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? But then I just did it, And I remember people started to following me, and I was completely in panic. I was like, oh no, 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 please no, don't follow me. So I got really scared, and I almost wanted to give up everything. But then, yeah, I was just thinking again, okay, why am I scared? Like, there's nothing weird or scary thing that I post, I just share my life or share some inspiring things, some thoughts that I have in my mind. So there's nothing bad about it.
Yeah.
I just I took some time for me to realize. And what I also reframed it, like in terms of what if I'm showing up, let's say on social media, which is scary for me, maybe I can inspire others, maybe with that, with just one post or with one video, whatever, there's someone who's like, oh, nice. Yeah, maybe I would just do it too. And doesn't mean the business, it just mean like in general, maybe
Yeah.
just get empowered. So yeah, I always try to see challenges or like scary things as an opportunity to grow and to see, okay, how can I navigate through it and always see it as a chance to inspire someone else. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that because it is true though. Like there are hard times, but sometimes people think, watch you on Instagram or me, and they're like, oh, yeah, she can do it, but I could never do it. And it's not the case. Like we're still scared. The only difference is we go and do it. It's not less scary. Like I do scary things all the time. The only thing though is as you grow, your comfort zone also grows. So you get to do different scary things. But as I said, it's so important that you just sometimes do things because we think, oh, yeah, that person could, but I never could. And that's one of the biggest mistakes, honestly.
Yeah, that's so true.
So, for the ambitious woman listening, especially the expat woman feeling stuck right now in her corporate job, what would you tell her about choosing a different path?
Yeah. So I would just tell her, like, if you really feel that pull, like for change or for do something different, like just go for it. Yeah, why wait? Like we only have this one life and you'll only be this young as you are right now. Like
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, there's nothing to lose. Like really, I think you just make a decision and then everything start to fall into place. And yeah, there are always ways to move further. But I would say don't overthink it. I think we spend so much time thinking about every
Yes.
situation that could happen, but it never happens. I'm sure you made the same experience. Like we
Yes.
think, oh, what if this happened? But for me, it never happened. So yeah, just don't overthink it. Just go for it.
Yes, definitely. And I always share the same, right? Like, that's the whole reason we have the discovery process. People
Mhm.
can literally come, see the community, see how they feel, see it all for themselves. And that's what I wish, I would have almost said no to. And then my life would be so different right now. Because I remember I was really stressed to invest those 88 euros. I'm so glad I did, though, but I was really stressed to do it. So
Oh,
these
I
are the
can
little
relate.
decisions that change your life, honestly, like literally change your life. Okay, Corina, thank you so much. I just want one final thing. Like, what is possible for that woman, in the next 6 to 12 months if she says yes to this journey?
Wow, I love this question. I think to be honest, literally anything is possible. Like if you're willing to put in the work and if you show up for yourself, you can do it. Like I think in 6 to 12 months, so much can happen and so much can change. Of course, as I said before, it's not a quick fix. Like we need to work on
Yeah,
ourselves, we need to put in the work in our business, but for an ambitious woman, it's easy, it feels it's flowing. So
yeah,
just take the first step and then yeah, don't overthink it as I said before, but just do like set your goals like in smaller steps and then just
yeah,
go for it. So I can imagine, let's say in 1 year from now, if someone starts today, you can be in a complete new environment. You can already see success in your business. You can connect with so many inspiring people. You can, like, even your mindset can
yeah.
shift completely if you're willing to put in the work and if you're willing to take the first step. Yeah.
100%. And the mindset and the growth we go through, and it's not only financial, but it's in every area of our lives. It's beautiful, honestly. And the cheering, I love the cheering. I love having that community because sometimes people think, oh, entrepreneurship must be so lonely. But we have a beautiful community with Unfold Your Freedom, and it makes a very, very big difference.
It does. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Any final message you want to share before we wrap up, or where can people follow you, find you, follow your journey?
Yes. So I just have like one wish to share or to tell everyone who's listening. I just kind of wish that more, especially women, would listen to their heart and just really, yeah, just listen what it has to tell you and also follow it. Because I know there are so many women out there who secretly dream of a different life, and it's actually possible for them. It's just that they are feeling that they have to, yeah, like please someone, like the people around them. And I think this life is so precious that we should just make the most out of it. And yeah, I think as long as you're happy and go your own path, like the people around you will support you. And otherwise, yeah, that's a different story. But I would just really wish that more girls or women would listen to their heart and just do whatever makes them happy. And yeah, I mean, if someone wants to follow my path, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is Corina Xol. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna share it too with
Yes.
everyone.
I
But
will
I would
put
love
it
to
in the
connect.
description too. But thank you so much. That was such a beautiful message, and I could not agree more with it. Like, really, we need to follow our heart more and take all the noise around it because we know what's right for us. I know that deep inside your gut, your heart, like we do know that we are meant for more and we can do more. So thank you so much. I love this episode. I knew it would be so nice to have you in here. So thank you again, Karina. And hopefully, I'll have you here again at another point.
Yes, I would love to. Thank you so much.
Wow. I hope you're feeling as inspired as I am. Karina's story is such a powerful reminder that nothing changes until you decide it's time to change it. If you've been craving more freedom, more clarity, and more purpose, if you've been wondering whether you could build something meaningful outside the traditional 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, if you've been feeling that quiet pull for more, this is definitely your sign. You do not have to stay stuck. You do not have to wait for permission, and you definitely don't have to figure it out alone. If you want to explore the same business model that changed both of our lives and join our community, watch my free web class. The link is in the description. And remember, your next chapter doesn't start in January, it starts the moment you choose it. This is your life. If this episode inspired you, hit subscribe and share it with another woman who's ready to rise. You've got this, freedom seeker. Let's turn ambition into freedom. And remember, only you can set yourself free. See you next Tuesday.